welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Haley and you're watching Between the Pages. I have a book review for you today, and that is Kingdom of the Wicked by Kerri Maniscalco. This is the sequel to Kingdom of the Cursed, and it is book 2. I do also have Kingdom of the Feared, I think is what the third one is called. But let's just get into this one. As soon as Wrath and Amelia started doing their typical banter, I was like, I forgot how much I miss these characters. And it's kind of like one of those things where I read a book and then I kind of not forget about it, but I kind of forget about how it made me feel when I was reading it. And so this, I loved it. I love Amelia and Wrath. I know that Wrath has an actual name, and it's Samuel. I don't know how to pronounce it, because it's a biblical name. But yes, his name is actually not Wrath. You find that out much later in the book. I also love how the lore surrounding Amelia's magic is how I see magic, which is she said that she reaches down into source and into herself and uses the power found inside to power her magic, basically. And I was like, that's how I am. As a witch, I don't work with deities or spirits or anything. I work with the magic inside myself. So I do like that. Again, that's why I like reading witch books, or books that have witches and witch characters and magic in them, because I like to see other people's take on magic and how they see it and everything. So I like that Amelia's approach to magic is how I see it. And then at one point, Amelia is talking about how much she loathes Wrath and how he's always on her mind. And I was like, girl, I hate to tell you this, but it's not loathing. I'm sorry, it's not loathing. There is a thin line between love and hate. And then they go and bathe in a hot spring together, and I was like, oh, because this was prior to my reread of Bonded by Thorns, because in Bonded by Thorns, Dayton and Rosalina meet in the hot springs of the Summer Wing, and so this was prior to my reread. But now I'm like, I think I just have a thing for characters going to hot springs and kind of having sexy time, because they're about to have sex, and then her cornicello, her devil's horns start burning her and everything, and you figure out why they start to burn her later on in the book. But I'm like, I sense a theme in these books, that hot springs and sexy time go well together. And then it mentions that Wrath did something to save, I think when he saved Amelia from the snake bite. I'm gonna call it a snake bite because it was basically a snake that almost killed her. And he did something, and it basically was him accepting the betrothal mark. So they're basically married in the eyes of hell now, which means she did hold up her end of the bargain of marrying the devil, because Wrath is the devil. And you find that out, that he is actually the devil. He just lets pride let everyone believe that he's the devil, but Wrath is actually the devil. And then their betrothal mark works like a mate bond, because he can locate her at all times. He can feel what she's feeling. It basically can point Amelia and Wrath to each other, kind of tugging on a mate bond. It's also like that in the Bonded by Thorns universe. I don't think I mentioned that in my reviews, but yeah, I was like, oh, so it works like a mating bond, basically. And then at one point, they're having sexy time, and he pulls out his dagger, and I legit thought he was gonna do, I think it's in Lights Out. I've not read it, but I know of the scene. I literally thought he was gonna make her ride his dagger. Just saying. I realize that's probably a bit much for this series, but I literally thought he was gonna make her ride his dagger. I get, that's all I have to say about that. And then at one point I was working with a theory of what if Wrath was also Pride. So like he killed Pride and like he is now Pride and Wrath. That's not what happens. And then at one point I was like, because like for the longest time they keep fighting their feelings for each other. And I was like, can y'all just have sex already? Because like you're really starting to piss me off. And like not in a good way. I like it when like we're as frustrated as the main character is, like that kind of frustrated. But I was just pissed off. I was like, y'all need to stop like tiptoeing around each other because you're starting to make me angry now. And then Amelia is also having like weird visions of things that like have not happened to her. And then she keeps going back and forth of like, well, maybe she's the first witch because there's a story that's told about the devil and the first witch's daughter and everything like that, and then like not being able to be together. And so I don't know who Amelia is. We've not figured it out yet, and it's one of those mysteries where I'm like, can we get to it already, because I'm kind of starting to get really annoyed. But yeah, I have the third book. Don't know when I'm gonna read it. It is on my TBR cart to be read in the next couple months or so. But yeah, I guess that's all I have for you today, and I will see you guys later.